Hello, calculus students. In this problem, we're going to maximize revenue. And you can see upon inspection, it doesn't look like there's much calculus or any calculus because we don't see any functions. However, you're going to see that we're going to derive a linear demand function, and then when we create our revenue function, we're going to have a quadratic revenue function. So that will be the function we're going to maximize. Here we have a proprietor, Paul. He owns Mojo's Music Academy. He's selling a book, Music Theory for the Working Musician. And when he sells it for $15, he sells 25 copies. When he drops the price to $10, he sells 40 copies. So how should he price the book to maximize revenue? All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to make 2 points. The first point will be 25 copies at $15. And the second point will be 40 copies at $10. So those are the 2 points we have to go on. And demand is a function of price, clearly, here for Paul. So let's compute the slope. And we're going to assume linear demand. And so we have rise over run, so we'll have 10 minus 15. 10 minus 15 over 40 minus 25. 40 minus 25. So that's the difference of the y's, 10 minus 15, 40 minus 25 over the difference of the x's. When you reduce this, 10 minus 15 is minus 5. 40 minus 25 is 15. That reduces to minus 1/3. Okay, now that I have a slope of minus 1/3, I'm just going to pick one of the points. I'll pick the 25 and 15 point here. So I have y minus 15 equals minus 1/3 x minus 25, where x is the number of books. The y will be our demand, or our pricing. And so I will distribute the minus 1/3 x plus 25 over 3. I'll move the 15 over. Instead of calling this y, I will now call this p of x. It is a function of x, and this will give us our demand. 15 is 45 over 3. So I have minus 1/3 x plus 70 over 3. So that's our demand curve. Now, revenue, remember, is the number times the demand, the number of whatever it is that you're selling, in this case books, times the demand. So I have to take x and multiply it by that function. So that implies that I have a revenue function that is quadratic. It'll be x times minus 1/3, which is minus 1/3 x squared, and plus 70 over 3x. So that's my revenue function. Now this function we are going to differentiate and set equal to 0 to find our critical numbers. So r primed of x is minus 2/3 x plus 70 over 3, and then we set that equal to 0. So that's going to give us the horizontal tangents, which will tell us whether we have relative max or mins. However, we're going to be finding x. This is the number of books. This will not be the price. Once we want to maximize the revenue by setting the price. So once we know the number of books, x, we will set that back into p here for the price. Okay. So to solve for x, we'll notice that if I just multiply everything by 3, the 3's will cancel. And I have minus 2x plus 70 equals 0. I move the 70 over to the other side of the equation. And then we divide by 2. And x equals 35. So he should set his price so as to sell 35 books, and that will maximize the revenue. So let's take that P and set it in here. So P of 35 equals minus 1/3 35 plus 70 over 3. So I put it back into the demand function here, the pricing function. I keep calling it demand function, because it kind of is. It sets the demand. And so I have 35 over 3 plus 70 over 3. I'm sorry, minus 35 over 3 plus 70 over 3 gives us 35 over 3. And that means that the price, P of 35, is equal to $11.67. Notice that the pricing function is the difference here, X, is the number of books, and 15 will be the price. So the output here, we have price over number of books, so and that gave us the minus 1/3. So this is minus 1/3 is price per books. Multiply that by the number of books, and you get price. And then the 70 over 3, this comes from the 15, right? That was a 15 plus a 25 over 3. And so that's in units of dollars. So this whole thing is in units of dollars. And so if you have the number of books you want to sell, you just plug it in and you get the price out. So that's the dollars for 35 books, and that amount will maximize Paul's revenue. So he should price the book at $11.67. Right. Well, good luck.